Hello students, in the previous class we have discussed what is the relationship between sexagesimal system, centesimal system and circular measurement, that is radian. So that is d by 180 is equal to g by 200 is equal to r by 100, r by pi, where d stands for degrees, g for grades and r for radians. And one more relation we have seen, that relationship between degrees and radians, and we have proved also, that is 5 radians is equal to 180 degrees, implies 1 radian means if you take 1 radian is equal to 180 degrees by pi, or 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radians. Now we will see one example converting into, if you take degrees, and let us see how we will convert into grades as well as radians. So the problem is express 30 degrees into grades as well as in radians. Means we have to convert 30 degrees into grades as well as radians. Now we have a relation, that is d by 180 is equal to g by 200 is equal to r by pi, where d stands for degrees. Means in this example he has given 30 degrees, means put d is equal to 30 degrees. Now what happens? 30 by 180 is equal to g by 200 is equal to r by pi. Implies 30 by 180 means 1 by 6 is equal to g by 200 is equal to r by pi. Now if you want to convert into grade, take this ratio, 1 by 6 is equal to, now 1 by 6 is equal to g by 100, so g by 200. So g is equal to, take the cross multiplication, so g is equal to 200 by 6, that will be 100 grades by 3. Means if 30 degrees are there, it will be in 100 grades, 100 by 3 grades. Similarly 1 by 6 is equal to r by pi, means r is equal to what? Pi by 6 radians. So this is how to convert into the grades as well as radians. Next we'll go for trigonometric ratios. So now we'll see what is the trigonometric ratios. So as the system, the plane is divided into 4 quadrants, the point of intersection is O, and this is the positive x-axis, positive y-axis, this is positive x-axis, positive y-axis, and this is on the left side of this will be negative x-axis, and this is negative y-axis. Now in the circular measurement, means in the trigonometry we will be going for a radian measure, means circular measures. Suppose if there is a point P, x comma y in a plane, means OX is our initial standard initial ray, and if we rotate in the anti-clockwise direction, you can have the circular. Suppose a point P is a point and this is our terminal ray. So OA is our initial ray, OP is our terminal ray, and if it rotates in this anti-clockwise direction, it takes some theta. As the initial ray and the terminal ray is rotated in the anti-clockwise direction, it gives some angle theta, and theta is measured in radians. Now if we draw a perpendicular line from P, or we can say projection, onto the x-axis, that is M is the projection drawn from P onto the positive x-axis, or we can say initial ray. then the distance of OM will be x and this PM will be y. So what we can observe is OMP is a right angle triangle. So OM is the x, PM is y, and OP will be act as the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse means the sum of the squares, means the OP square will be, the distance of OP will be the sum of the squares of OM and MP, that is x square plus y square, and it is treated as R. Under root of x square plus y square, that is treated as R. R will be positive. Now, in a right angle triangle, we can see three sides. What are the three sides? OM, MP and OP. And for this triangle, we can find the ratios, the sides of the ratios. So what are the sides? We can have x by r, y by r, y by x. Similarly, the reciprocals also, r by x, r by y and x by y. So these are the 6 ratios, and each ratio is as own name, that is sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant and cosecant, and that are called the 6 trigonometric ratios. Means, let's see what are the trigonometric ratio. The ratio y by r, the ratio y by r, y is opposite of theta, the side is opposite to theta by hypotenuse r. The ratio y by r is called sine of theta and denoted by sine theta. The ratio y by r is represented with sine of theta, that is denoted by sine theta. Second, x by r, the ratio x by r is represented by cos of theta and denoted by cos theta. Means cos theta is the ratio, that is adjacent side of theta by hypotenuse. Next, y by x, the ratio opposite side by adjacent side is called tangent of theta and denoted by tan theta. Next, fourth one, the r by y, hypotenuse by opposite side. In the previous one, it is opposite side by hypotenuse. Now, the reciprocal r by y, where y is not equal to 0. If what happens if y is equal to 0, then it will not be defined. Now, r by y is called cosecant of theta and denoted by cosec theta. Next, fifth one, the ratio r by x, where r indicates the hypotenuse and x is the adjacent side of theta. Here x is not equal to 0. Again, if x is equal to 0, it will not be defined. Is called secant of theta and denoted by sec theta. Next, sixth one, the reciprocal of y by x, that is x by y, where y is not equal to 0. In this case, y by x, here also the condition is x is not equal to 0. In the ratio y by x, x is not equal to 0. Now coming to this, y not equal to 0 is called cotangent of theta and denoted by cot theta. So these are the 6 trigonometric ratios. Now we will write in brief. So now we will see the trigonometric ratios in short, that is sin theta. Sin theta, opposite side of theta by hypotenuse, that is y by r, means the side opposite of theta is y and hypotenuse is r. Similarly, cos theta, x by r, which is x is the side which is adjacent to, very adjacent to the theta. So adjacent side of theta by hypotenuse. Tan theta, opposite side of theta by adjacent side of theta. Next, the reciprocals, cosecant theta, r by y, hypotenuse by opposite side of theta, that is r by y, and secant theta, r by x, hypotenuse by adjacent side of theta. Cot theta, x by y, adjacent side of theta by opposite side of theta. Now we'll see what are the trigonometric ratios for 0 degrees. Now we'll see trigonometric ratios for angle 0. Means angle 0 means there is no rotation. So this is our standard notation. OX is our initial ray, is always fixed, and the movement of rotation will be either in the anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction. If it moves in the anti-clockwise direction, then theta will be positive. So the theta may be from 0 to 90, or 90 to 180, or 180 to 270, 270 to 360. If theta moves in the clockwise direction, you may have theta from 0 to minus 90, minus 90 to minus 180, minus 180 to minus 270, minus 270 to minus 360. Now this is our standard notation, and this is the point x comma. If theta is moving in the anti-clockwise direction, then this OX is our initial ray and OP is our terminal ray, which makes an angle theta. Now if there is no rotation, if there is no rotation, means O x is our initial ray and the terminal ray is also is on the same x-axis, means there is no rotation, means theta becomes what? 0. If theta is 0, then can we have the perpendicular line? No. Means there will be no perpendicular line. So if there is no perpendicular line, means the OP and the initial ray will be same. Means the length of OP and length of OM will be same. So as there is no rotation, there is no rotation, means the angle will be 0 degrees. That is, if we compare to the standard notation, OM and OP will be same, means the X and R will be same and there will be no perpendicular line. That is, MP will be 0 because there will be no perpendicular line. See, the initial ray and terminal ray are on the same. what observation we can again? OM is same as OP. That is X is equal to R. So these are the observation which we can find for the angle 0. Now we will see what are the 6 trigonometric ratios for 0 degrees. First one, cos theta. What is okay? First one, sin theta. But what is theta here? Sin 0. But as per the definition, sin theta is y by r, opposite side of theta by hypotenuse. That is y by r. But what is y? What is y? MP. Yet the length of MP in 0 degrees will be 0. That is y. Y is equal to 0. So 0 by r will be 0. Means sin 0 will be 0. The value of sin 0 will be 0. Second, cos 0 degrees. What is cos 0? Adjacent side by, as per the basic standard notation, cos theta is adjacent side of theta by hypotenuse, x by r. But in this case, x and r are equal, means both are equal. X by x is equal to 1. So cos 0 is always 1. Next, third, tan 0. As per the basic standard notation, tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side, y by x. But what is the value of y? 0 by x. 0 by any value is always 0. So tan 0 is 0. Next, fourth one, cosecant 0. Cosecant 0. As per the definition, cosecant theta is r by y. R by y. But r by y. Y is what? 0. Anything by 0 is not defined. Means cosecant 0 is not defined. Next, fifth one, secant 0. As per the notation, secant theta is r by x. But in this 0 degrees, as there is no rotation, r and x are equal. The length of x and r are equal. So r by r, so it is equal to 1. So secant 0 is 1. Next, sixth one, cot 0 degrees. Cot 0. So what is, as per the definition of the standard notation, cot theta is adjacent side of theta by opposite side, that is x by y. But what is the value of y? 0. So x by 0 is again not defined. So what we have observed for 0 degrees, what are the 6 trigonometric ratios for 0 degrees is sin 0, 0, cos 0, 1, tan 0, 0, cosecant 0, not defined, cosecant 0, it is 1, and cot 0 is again not defined. Next, we will see the trigonometric ratios for 90 degrees. So trigonometric ratios for 90 degrees. 90 degrees means it is a right angle. So this is our notation. OX is our standard initial ray. And if you move in the anti-clockwise direction, then OP is our terminal ray and it gives some angle theta. Now what we required, for what angle we have to measure is 90 degrees. 90 degrees means this terminal ray should be on the y-axis. Means O X is our initial ray, and basically if there is a terminal ray we can have the theta, but this OP is the terminal ray which should be on the y-axis. Means this is our initial ray P x comma y. Means the angle made is 90 degrees. Means the terminal ray, whatever is there, that is itself a perpendicular line. Means the distance of OP and PM are same. If they are same, then there will be no distance on the x-axis. Means if you clearly observe that if we rotate through on the y-axis, then the perpendicular distance will be on the y-axis itself. The terminal ray and perpendicular distance will be same, and the distance of OM will be 0. Now in this case, OM, that is x is equal to 0, OP is equal to MP, OP and PM are same, that is y is equal to R. So this is our initial ray and this is our terminal ray, and the angle between them is 90 degrees. Now we'll go for 6 ratios. Sin 90 degrees. As per the definition, opposite side of theta, but theta is what here? 90 degrees. So the opposite of theta is y and hypotenuse r. Y by r. But in this case, what is y and r? Both are equal. The lengths are equal. So r by r, it is equal to 1. Second, cos 90. As per the definition, adjacent side of 90 degrees by hypotenuse. X by r. But what is x here? 0 by r. So 0 by anything is 0. So cos 90 will be 0. Third, tan 90. What is tan 90? Opposite side by adjacent side of 90 degrees. Y by x. But y by x is always 0. Means anything by 0 is not defined. It is infinity, so which we can have not defined. Cosecant 90. So cosecant 90 is hypotenuse by opposite side, r by y. But as per this condition, both y and r are equal. So r by r, it is 1. Fifth one, secant 90. As per the definition, secant theta is hypotenuse by adjacent side, r by x. But x is 0, so r by 0, which is again not defined. Cot 90. Cot 90. Adjacent side by opposite side. X by y. But what is the value of x in this case? 0. 0 by y. 0 by anything is always 0. So sin 90 is 1, cos 90 0, tan 90 which is not defined, cosecant 90 is again 1, secant 90 is not defined, and cot 90 is 0. So these are the trigonometric ratios for 90 degrees. Now we'll go for trigonometric ratios for 45 degrees. Now we'll go for new trigonometric ratios for a new angle, that is 45 degrees. So this is our general standard notation. Now we have to rotate an angle 45 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. So this is our initial ray and this is our terminal ray. P is a point. So OX is our initial ray, OP is a terminal ray. As these 2 points are intersecting at the point O, that point O is called vertex, and it gives some angle. It rotates, the arrow indicates in which direction it is moving. either in the clockwise or anti-clockwise. If it is anti-clockwise, it should be positive. If it is clockwise, it should be negative. Now, so it is 45. Assume that it is 45 degrees. If you draw a point from P perpendicular to the x-axis M, then it will be 90. So 45, 90. And can you guess what will be the remaining angle? In a triangle, the sum of the three sides should be 180 degrees. So 45, 90 degrees. And what will be the remaining angle? 45. Means it is what type of triangle it is? Yes, it is a isosceles right angle triangle. Isosceles means any two sides are equal. So 45, and here also 45, and this is 90. So assume that if this is A, the length of MP is A, OM is also A. Why? Because in a right angle, in an isosceles triangle, the sides opposite to the angles, two angles should be same. So AA, as it is a right angle triangle, what will be the hypotenuse? OP square. In a right angle triangle, A square plus A square is equal to OP square. That is the hypotenuse square. 2A square will be OP square. Then what will be OP? It will be root 2 into A. The length of the OP in a right angle isosceles triangle is root 2A. So that are the sides. So this is 45 degrees. Now, as per the standard notation, and these are the sides of a right angle triangle, and we can find what are the trigonometric ratios for 45 degrees. First one, sine 45 degrees. So as for this theta, sine theta is y by r. Now sine 45, opposite side of 45, and this is the side, and by hypotenuse. Sine 45, a by root 2a. So which will be 1 by root 2, as a get cancelled. So sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Next, cos 45 degrees. As per the definition, cos 45 is x by r. But in the place of x it is a, in the place of r it is root 2a. So again it will be a by root 2 into a. So again it will be 1 by root 2. Next, third one, tan 45 degrees. As per the definition, tan theta is y by x, opposite side by adjacent side. So it will be, in this case, it is a by a. Opposite side is also a, adjacent side of 45 is also a. So a by a, both the lengths are equal, then it will be equal. Cosecant 45 degrees. As per the definition of theta, cosecant theta is r by y. But in the place of r, it is root 2a and y is a. Root 2a by a, which is root 2. Secant 45 degrees. As per the definition, secant 45 theta is r by x. So here it will be root 2a by a. So again it is root 2. A get cancelled. Sixth one, cot 45. Cot 45 is opposite, adjacent side of theta by opposite side. So a by a. So it is again 1. So sin 45 1 by root 2, cos 45 1 by root 2, tan 45 1, tan 45 is 1, cosecant 45 root 2, secant 45 root 2, cot 45 is again 1. So these are the trigonometric ratios for 45 degrees. Next, we'll go for trigonometric ratios for 30 degrees as well as 60 degrees. Now, we'll see the trigonometric ratios for 30 degrees as well as 60 degrees. So, in order to find the ratios, let us take an equilateral triangle. So, what do you mean by equilateral triangle? if all the sides are equal, then the triangle is said to be equilateral triangle. So let us take an equilateral triangle. So what will be the angle for each? The angle between two adjacent sides will be always equal, that is 60 degrees. So it will be 60 degrees, 60 degrees and 60 degrees. And if it is 60 degrees, all the sides will be equal. Assume that it is A, all the sides are equal. A, B, C. Next, if you bisect the angle perpendicularly, then bisect means this 60 degrees will be bisected into two equal parts, that is 30 degrees, and this part is also 30 degrees, and this will be 90 degrees, and the length it will be also divided exactly into two halves. That means it is a midpoint. So then the distance, assume that it is D. The total distance of AC is A, then the length of AD will be A by 2, and this is also A by 2. So in this there are two right angle triangles. One is BDA, the another right angle triangle is BDC. Now in triangle VDA, what is the length of BD? As we know the length of AD, and this becomes the hypotenuse, and what is the length of BD? So from the Pythagorean theorem, we have AD square plus BD square is equal to AB square. But what is AD? The length of AD will be A by 2. So A by 2 whole square plus BD square is equal to A square, because the length of AB is A, it is square. Now from this, BD square is equal to A square minus, take this to the right hand side, A square by 4. A by 2 whole square means A square by 4, and if you simplify, it will be 4 is LCM, 4A square minus A square, that is 3A square by 4, that is the square of the length BD, but we require BD. So what is BD? So remove the square root 3 into A by 2. So what is the length of BD? It will be root 3 by 2 A. So as we know the lengths, that is A by 2 and root 3 by 2. This is 60 degrees, 90, and we can have 30 degrees. Now we'll go for a trigonometric ratios for 30 as well as 60. Now we'll see for trigonometric ratios for 60 degrees. First one, sine 60 degrees. Now in a triangle BDA, take this part of the right angle triangle. 60 degrees is here. The opposite of 60 degrees is BD. Adjacent side of 60 is AD, and the hypotenuse will be AB. Now, as per the standard notation, sin theta, opposite side of theta by hypotenuse. But for us 60 degrees, the opposite side is BD. But what is the length of BD? Root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2A by hypotenuse, it's A. So A get cancelled, the sin 60 will be root 3 by 2. Second, cos 60 degrees. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. The adjacent side of 60 degrees is AD. But what is the length of AD? A by 2. A by 2 by A. So it will be 1 by 2. A get cancelled. Tan 60 degrees. What is tan 60? Opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side is root 3 by 2 and adjacent side is A by 2. Root 3 by 2 A by 2. So a by 2 will cancel. It is simply root 3. Cosecant 60. Cosecant 60. Hypotenuse by opposite side. A by root 3 by 2a. So which will be 2 by root 3. A get cancelled and it will be 2 by root 3. Secant 60. Hypotenuse by adjacent side. A by 2. So it will be, after simplification, it will be 2. Cot 60 degrees. Cot 60. Adjacent side by opposite side. A by 2 by root 3 a by 2. So it will be 1 by root 3. A by 2 cancel, it will be 1 by root 3. So these are the trigonometric ratios for angle 60 degrees. That is sin 60 root 3 by 2, cos 60 1 by 2, tan 60 root 3, cosecant 60 2 by root 3, secant 60 2 and cot 60 this 1 by root 3. Now in the same triangle, if this is 60, this will be 90, then what is the remaining part? So this part will be 30 degrees. As I already mentioned. So that is 30. Now we'll see what are the trigonometric ratios for 30 degrees. So for 30 degrees, what is the opposite side? AD. Adjacent side will be BD and hypotenuse will be same. That is AB. Now we'll see what are the trigonometric ratios for 30 degrees. And these are the trigonometric ratios for 60. Now we'll go for 30 degrees. Now in the same triangle BDA, we'll see what are the trigonometric ratios for 30. First one, sin 30 degrees. What is sin 30 as per this formula, standard basic notation? So sin theta is opposite side of theta by hypotenuse. But what is theta here? 30 degrees. Now sin 30. 30 degrees opposite. The side opposite to angle theta is AD. That is A by 2. A by 2 by hypotenuse is A. So A by 2 by A is 1 by 2. Second, cos 30 degrees. Adjacent side of 30 degrees by hypotenuse. The adjacent side of theta is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2a by a. So which is root 3 by 2. Next, tan 30. Tan 30. Tan 30 is opposite side by adjacent side. A by 2 by root 3 by 2a. So it will be 1 by root 3. If you simplify, it will be 1 by root 3. Cosecant 30. Hypotenuse by opposite side. A by 2. So it will be 2. Secant 30 degrees. Hypotenuse is A by adjacent side. Root 3 by 2a. So it will be 2 by root 3. Cot 30 degrees. Adjacent side by opposite side. Adjacent side is root 3 by 2a by a by 2. So which is root 3. So these are the trigonometric ratios for 30 degrees. Now we will display a tabular column for whatever we have discussed so far. So we have discussed for what are the trigonometric ratios for 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 45 degrees as well as 90. Now we will display a tabular column. We will have in brief sin 0 0, sin 30 1 by 2, sin 45 1 by root 2, sin 60 root 3 by 2, sin 90 it is 1. Trigonometric ratios for sine in all angles. Next, cos 0 1, cos 30 root 3 by 2, cos 45 1 by root 2, cos 60 1 by 2, cos 90 it is 0. Next tan 0 0, tan 30 1 by root 3, tan 45 1, tan 60 root 3, tan 90 it is not defined. Cosecant 0 which is not defined, cosecant 30 2, cosecant 45 root 2, cosecant 60 2 by root 3, cosecant 90 is 1. Next secant 0 is 1, secant 30 2 by root 3, secant 45 it is root 2, secant 60 it is 2, and secant 90 is not defined. Next we will go for the last trigonometric ratio. Cot 0 not defined, cot 30 root 3, and cot 45 1, cot 60 1 by root 3, and cot 90 is 0. Now based on the trigonometric ratios we'll have some identities. Identities means which is true for all angles. That is sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta, or we can say secant square theta minus tan square theta is 1. 1 plus cos square theta is equal to cosecant square theta, or we can have cosecant square theta minus cos square theta is 1. So we'll see the proof for 1, and that is for first identity, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta is always 1. How? So let us have this standard notation. OX is our initial ray and OP is our terminal ray. So that is the point x comma y on the terminal ray. If we draw a perpendicular line, this M is a projection. M will be the projection of the terminal ray onto the x-axis. And what is the length? Y, x, and this is R. Now we will see the proof for the first one. Sin square theta. It is sin square theta means sin theta whole square. But what is sin theta as per the definition? Y by, so it gives some angle theta. Y by R. So y by R whole square plus cos square theta. Cos theta whole square. Cos theta as per the definition, cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So x by R whole square. Now it will be, if you simplify, y square by r square plus x square by r square. But what is LCM? R square is LCM, x square plus, okay, otherwise y square plus x square. Now, but what is x square plus y square as per the hypotenuse Pythagoras theorem? It will be r square by r square. It is always 1. So sin square theta plus cos square theta is always 1. So in this, no need of the proof is not important, but if you remember the identities, it is very well. It's well and good. Next, we'll go for the second one. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Now, what is? We'll see the proof of the second. 1 plus tan square theta. What is tan theta? Tan theta, as per the definition, tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side of theta. So whole square is there, y square by x square. So if you take LCM, x square is there, x square plus y square. But by Pythagoras theorem, x square plus y square is always used to r square. So r square by x square. We can have r by x whole square. What is r by x? Hypotenuse by adjacent side. The ratio of hypotenuse by adjacent side of theta gives the secant theta. Whole square will be secant square theta. So 1 plus tan square theta is always secant square theta. Next, we'll prove the third one. 1 plus cot square theta. What is cot theta? Adjacent side by opposite side. X square by y square. So again, if you take the LCM, y square is the LCM, y square plus x square. But y square plus x square, by Pythagoras theorem, x square plus y square is always r square. So it will be r by y whole square. But what is r by y? R by y, hypotenuse by opposite side will be cosecant square theta. So these are the three identities. In the next class, we'll go for what are the trigonometric ratios for 90 minus theta, 90 plus theta, 180 plus theta, 180 minus theta, 270 plus theta, 270 minus theta, and 360 minus theta. So today we have discussed what are the trigonometric ratios of theta. So in the next class we'll go for 90 plus theta, 90 minus theta, so on. So thank you.